Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm so sorry I couldn't be here with you. I'm very excited that you all are meeting at Rutgers University at the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences for this important meeting. My part of the program will be to discuss a little bit about why food waste is so important and what we can do to change it together. So as you all know, food waste is a major issue in the United States. We waste about 30 to 40% of the food we grow here. That's approximately 20 pounds per person per week. And that adds up. That's about 80 billion pounds of food waste each year that in the United States we create. And that's equivalent to about 1,000 Empire State Buildings filled straight to the top with food waste. And food waste occurs across the food system, from the farm to producers and manufacturers of food, all the way down to consumers. But unfortunately, most of the food waste occurs at the consumer level. And food waste is a major issue because it has economic, environmental, and social impact. And so globally, if food waste was a country, it would be the third largest emitter of greenhouse gases. And that's because food waste creates a gas called methane that is more potent than carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And so it creates a greenhouse gas that is very dangerous for the atmosphere. Additionally, it wastes all the resources that go into making that food. So think about all of the water, energy, and labor that went into growing the food, producing it, transferring it from locations like farms and greenhouses to production, manufacturing agents, and then after that to the grocery stores and consumers. And so all of that waste ends up wasting all these resources that we put into our food system. And then finally, food waste costs us a lot of money. So food waste also has an economic impact. And so 30 to 40% of the food we grow ends up being thrown in the garbage. And so that accounts for about 161 to 218 billion dollars in economic costs. So in a country where 1 in 10 people are hungry or don't know where their next meal is coming from, having food that is perfectly edible for human consumption going to waste just doesn't make any sense. And so this idea of trying to redistribute food and reducing the amount of food we waste is an important one, and one that I'm really excited that you all are joining us for. And so you will see on the screen the EPA has a hierarchy for how they prefer food waste to be reduced. And so on the left side, we start with things like reducing food waste at the source or distributing food, and that's where this coalition is coming in. And so while there are lots of ways to reduce food waste, redistributing food that is perfectly edible for human consumption is an important way for us to impact the food waste issue. That's why I'm really excited, because we can try to help the state and the nation meet our 50% food waste reduction goal by 2030. And so as coalitions like this come together, find solutions, and find ways to work together to redistribute the food that is available, we can actually make a difference. And so thank you so much for joining us, and I'm excited to share that we will be continuing this program with you and hopefully support this coalition for the long term. And this past week, we actually just found out that Rutgers Cooperative Extension's food waste team, led by Jennifer Shakaitis and the Share Our Meals, will be working together to support food waste donation on college campuses across the state. And so stay tuned for more information. We're really excited to share that with you and share all the important work that you all are doing with the rest of the state. Thank you again for joining, and looking forward to continuing this conversation.